So, all right, guys. So, welcome to everybody on Facebook joining in as well. Those of you guys that are going to follow along via Facebook today, you can see that we're going to be starting off our workout in. Actually, you can't see when we're going to be starting off our workout. I just noticed we're going to be starting in about 20 seconds. So, I'll just give you guys a little countdown. I noticed I forgot to put the countdown clock on the screen here. So Big Nick, I'll count you down. So we're going to be starting in 10 seconds, guys. So Big Nick and everybody at home, get ready to start pedaling. We're going to be going in 3, 2, 1, and we are underway for our workout here today. So welcome to everybody on Facebook Live, and welcome to everybody on our Zoom call as well. Pleasure to have all of you guys participating in our Power Watts at Home workout.
Mark, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you, Mean Gene. And do you see?
It's not working. It says pending auto start. Get ready.
Me too, Mark. It's the same thing.
And when is there? And there's a little countdown timer. Does it show what the countdown timer is? Like how much time before the start?
59:14.
Yeah. And we don't have a start where we click. We only have a pause, a fast forward, and a stop.
So what you guys might have to do, that for those that it didn't automatically start, is you might have to like go back a screen. So that screen where you see that you could choose whether you want to do a live class or ride alone. So if you guys go back to that screen and then click on to come into the class with Mark at 9:05, it'll probably bring you right back into the right time slot. So if you guys go back a level and then come back in, it should work like that. And Gail, did it automatically start for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went into the live with Mark.
Okay, perfect. And I could see your power. I could see your watts on the gauge here. The others I couldn't see their watts, so maybe it just didn't get connected up. No. All right, guys. So while everyone's trying to reconnect up here, our first couple minutes of the ride is just at 40%, or about 4 minutes at 40% watts here.
Mark?
Yes.
When we clicked into this class today live, it didn't say 9:05. It said like 12:05 or something.
Oh, okay.
Great time on it.
But me and Gene, I just figured it out.
Okay.
So I just, click exit, and then I did what Mark said to do. Like I just went back to click on the same link, the 12:05 whatever, and then I just clicked pause, and then all of a sudden the start button appeared.
Okay, I went back and did it too, and it didn't work.
Okay, so I actually see I see what happened here. So it was just the auto start was scheduled for the wrong time for you guys using the app. So just give me 1 sec to see what I could do about that while everyone is still just warming up along the way here. So actually, Miss Piggy, I see that you're in.
Yes, I was able to click pause. I disconnected everything. I clicked pause, and then all of a sudden, the start button was there, so I was able to click start.
Okay, so maybe try that, Mean Gene. You could just press pause and then press start. So Cyril, are you connected?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same. I have the same issue.
Okay.
Okay, now it's working. I just what you said. I pushed on pause and then I started again, and now it's working.
Okay, perfect. So now we just got to get Mean Gene to do the same thing. So thanks for that, Miss Piggy. So the auto start for the workout was accidentally set to be 12:05 instead of 9:05. 12:05 is our time during the week, so I guess we just accidentally had the wrong value set there. And so, Miss Piggy, right now, where are you within the workout?
I'm at 50% and I have a minute 45 left.
At 50%?
Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Piggy and Cyril, you guys are going to be out of sync with the workout, but at one point we'll just use the fast forward button to try to get you guys back into sync with the workout.
Yeah, I'm only 1 minute. I'm 3 minutes remaining in the warm up.
Okay, so right now we're at 70% watts, guys. So Mean Gene, what you could do is press the pause button, and then press the play button. And then we'll just have to fast forward you to catch up to everybody else.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm at 352. That's what it says.
352 for the first, and you're at 50% watts right now, it's showing?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So
okay, I'll jump in.
Yeah, jump in, and then just have your mouse close to you so that we can click the fast forward button to connect everybody up. So you know what? We can actually try that now. So let me just tell you guys the exact time. So okay, we won't be able to do it right away, but we'll be able to do it in a moment. So right now, everyone just fast forward yourself to the step that it says 74%. So just click fast forward until you get to 74%. So we're going to be, so right now the step that we're on is 1 minute at 74%. And then we'll try to get everybody properly synced up for the 1 minute at 78% that's coming up next. So, so Miss Piggy, Mean Gene, Sting, if you're not, if your time is not right, you will have to all do this in just a moment. So in 25 seconds, everyone's going to press fast forward to get to 78% and 95 RPM if you're not already there. And Jeff and Brenda and Big Nick, you guys don't need to worry about this. Okay, so in 10 seconds, everyone needs to get to 78%, 95 RPM. Okay, so fast forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and press it. And now hopefully now everybody's clocks are going to be more closely synced. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. But as long as it's pretty close. And so Mean Gene, are you pretty close?
I'm at 35.
Okay, great. Excellent. And are you at 78% right now or 74%?
74.
Okay, so that's okay. So just hop off your bike again, and in 20 seconds, you're going to press fast forward.
Okay.
And I'll count you down to when you press fast forward. And you want to fast forward to the 82% step. Okay, so we're about to go to 82%. All right, so Mean Gene, go to 82% in 3, 2, 1, and go. 82%, and then you'll be synced up.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mean Gene. Thanks for your patience. And Sting, is everything okay on your end?
I had a little problem, but I think I'm a little off now, but I'm at 82% with 50 seconds left.
Okay, and so I'm going to tell you when to click fast forward to get to 86% so that you're at 86% at the same time as everybody else. And that's going to be in 30 seconds. So a couple little technical issues here this morning. Okay, so Sting, in 15 seconds you're going to press fast forward. So get ready, Sting, to go to 86% step in 3, 2, 1, and good. And hopefully now you'll be resynced in with everybody else.
Okay.
All right. So, a little bit of a technical thing. So some of you guys missed out on part of the warm-up. So we'll see if you're able to warm up rapidly when our workout starts. And those of you who have been already warming up, great. You'll be ready for what's coming up. So right now, guys, we're at 86%. So we're going to be riding at 86% for the next 20 or so seconds. And then we're going to go to 90% and 105 on the RPM. So that's going to be the last minute of the warm-up already. Unfortunately, we missed a lot of the warm-up with the technical things. So in 10 seconds, we're going to go to 90%, 105 on the RPM for 1 minute. And this is going to prepare our body specifically for what we're going to be doing in our first drill. Okay, so everyone, go to 90% watts, 105 on the RPM. So pedaling a little bit faster than usual in terms of the cadence. In terms of the power output for JF and Brenda, 90% at this point is maybe a 7.5 out of 10 effort, but the cadence might make it feel a little bit more challenging. Okay, so good stuff, guys. So Sting, are you pretty much dialed in now at the workout time?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So it seems like everybody is well set up with that. So now that's done. So we can move on to focusing just on the coaching and on the technical stuff of what's coming up. Okay, guys, so let's keep it up. We got another 15 seconds. And then I'm just going to get my clock synced as well over here. All right. And so now into the recovery step. So we got 2.5 minutes of recovery. And then I'll just so my clock is off by a few seconds, but I'll be able to resync it in just a sec. All right, good. So well done, guys. So I didn't get to tell you much about the warm-up. I didn't get to tell you much about what's coming up in today's workout, but let's just go over it briefly. So the focal point today, guys, is endurance development. We're actually going to end up doing a total of 31 minutes of work today. 10 of those minutes is going to be at 90%, and that's going to be the first exercise that we're going to be doing right away. 10 minutes steady at 90%. And after that, we're going to do 7 times 3 minutes, and each of those 3-minute efforts is going to average out to a power of 95%. Now, some of those we're going to be riding at a steady 95%, which is also really good endurance development, or some people call it threshold development. And some of those efforts that are going to average out to 95%, you guys are going to be using an over-under strategy. For example, riding at 85% for a bit, then riding at 105%, 85, 105, 85, 105. And we're going to compare and contrast the difference in feeling between riding at a steady 95% and altering things like cadence and body position to riding at a variable power like 85, 105, that averages out to 95%. And then what you guys will see what kind of riding style suits you a little bit better. On paper, it should feel easier to ride at a steady 95%. But interestingly, especially more anaerobically oriented riders often find it a little bit easier to surge for a bit, back off for a bit, surge for a bit, back off for a bit. So we'll see which exercises you guys find the most comfortable and most challenging when we get to that drill a little bit later on. Okay, so our first exercise, 10 minutes steady at 90%. We're going to be starting at a low cadence. So 90%, 80 RPM, and then we're going to be bouncing around between higher cadence and lower cadence every minute. So we haven't done this for a couple weeks. Back at the beginning of the Power Watts at Home program, we did exercise like this more often. So now we're going to hit it again so that you guys get an opportunity to practice it just like we did at the beginning. And I'll remind you of some of the tricks to use. Okay, so get ready, guys. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 90%, 80 RPM. So we're going to be at 90% for the 10 minutes. So JF and Brenda, what you guys could do is just focus on pedaling at a slightly lower cadence now. Even if you don't have a cadence sensor, just go a bit on the lower side of the RPM. And then the minute after this, we're going to go up to 90 RPM. And then we're going to go down to 75 RPM and then up to 95 RPM. So the lows are going to get lower and the highs are going to get higher. So that's going to become a challenge of your ability to quickly adjust the gears in order to get to the RPM target while at the same time making sure that you maintain a nice and steady power output. Okay, so good work on the power and on the cadence numbers. So Sting, just an update. So I don't see your cadence right now, but I know how to fix that, and maybe I'll tell you after the session how you can fix that. Okay, guys, so now let's go up to 90 on the RPM. So we're going to go 90 RPM here. And still same steady 90% watts. So the idea behind this exercise, first and foremost, 10 minutes at 90% is excellent endurance development. That 90% power output is really good when you do long blocks at that, to teach your body to better utilize energy in an efficient manner while you guys are riding, so you can sustain those efforts for longer and longer periods of time. As the power outputs get higher and higher, your body starts to use energy a little bit less efficiently, and it's very important for us to train that. But if we want to develop your aerobic system, we want to focus on more efficient utilization of energy, and that's usually at 90% or less. So let's go to 75 RPM now, guys. So gear 2 harder, 75 on the RPM, and still trying to hold that steady 90% watts. Now, sometimes the RPM might be a little bit slow to adjust depending on what kind of system you guys are using, so always give it a few seconds to settle in. So Gail, can see great power, great cadence, well done. So Miss Piggy, very nice on the power and the cadence. Good work, Cyril. Got you at 79 RPM, 240 watts. Well done, Cyril. Mean Gene, right where you want to be, 76 RPM. Good power output. Sting, good power output. Maybe go 1 gear harder though, Sting. Just looking at your legs, they look like they're moving a little bit too quick. And Jeff and Brenda, good work, guys. So, and Big Nick, keep it up. So we're about to go to 95 on the RPM. Okay, so everybody, 20 RPMs higher. So 3, 2, 1. So adjust those gears and let's go 20 RPM higher. So just a reminder of some of the tactics that we've talked about for different cadences. At the higher cadence, you want to slide forward a bit on the saddle. You want to think about dropping your toes down just a little bit. You want to think about anchoring your hips to the saddle as if there was a magnet that was pulling your hips down towards the saddle. And a little trick to help with that is to tuck your bum a little bit more. That allows you to push your hips down so that there's less bouncing. So whenever we hit those higher cadences, think about that more compact position. You know, more forward, a little bit more tucked in the hips. When you point your toes down, it makes your knees bend a little bit more, so you're in more of an athletic stance, and that allows you to move your legs a little bit faster. Okay, so now we're going to go to 70 RPM. So everyone, multiple gears harder, 25 RPM lower. So it's probably 4 to 5 gears harder. Okay, and now we're going to ride at the slightly lower RPM. At the lower RPM here, guys, and Sting, go 1 gear harder than that. At the lower RPM, you want to think, you have two choices. You could think about maybe sitting a bit further back on the saddle and fully extending your leg down into the pedals. If you get a little bit more leg extension, you can recruit a little bit more your muscle fibers in the upper quads and the glutes to assist. And another little trick is to stay forward on the saddle, similar to what you did at the high cadence, but allow your body weight to fall into the pedals. So if you're forward on the saddle, don't let all your weight go into your hands. Let that weight fall into the pedals. And that way you push with your strength and the weight of your body. So it's just bonus to be able to use your body weight behind every pedal stroke. Okay, guys, so now up to 100 on the RPM. So 30 RPM increase, so you guys can go a bunch of gears easier, or you could just pop it into the small ring. Oftentimes when you go from the big ring to the small ring, the RPM increase will be about 25 to 30 RPM higher between big ring and small ring. So that could be a strategy that you guys use moving forward, because the last couple minutes of our drill, the low RPMs are going to be very low, 65 and 60. Big Nick, with your power output, you might not even be able to go that low on those RPMs without a slight uphill, but just go as low as you can. And then the high RPMs are going to get higher 105, 110 on the RPM. So making that switch big ring, small ring, when you go from the high to the low RPM, so going from small ring to big ring could be very helpful. So if anyone's in the small ring now, get ready to go up into the big ring and a couple gears harder while still holding your 90%. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go, guys. So 65 on the RPM, and do your best to stay sitting. So if you need to stand for a sec just to adjust, no problem. And then after that, do it sitting to really work a more muscular effort. At such a low RPM, it'll allow you guys to experiment with that idea of getting a fuller leg extension by sitting back on the saddle or sitting forward on the saddle and letting your body weight fall into the pedals to see what works best for you. So Cyril, I have you at 92 RPM. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe go a couple gears harder, Cyril, to go real low on the cadence.
I think it really is the lag time.
Oh, the lag time, okay.
Yeah, it's long.
Okay, so now, yeah, I have you lower now, so that's good.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the lag element. All right, guys, so we got 10 more seconds at this low cadence. Now we got to quickly go to 105 RPM. So you have to go small ring and 1 or 2 gears easier at the same time. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Want to really work that higher leg speed, working that cadence. So imagine compacting your body, getting into a real compact position, focusing on pistoning the legs up and down a little bit quicker, and to keep an element of control of your pedaling. Miss Piggy, go 1 gear easier. It's helpful to think a bit more about sweeping through the bottom of the pedal stroke. Great. Way to be, Gail. So Miss Piggy, that looks good. Keep that up. Way to be, Cyril. Well done, Mean Gene. Keep it up, Sting. JF and Brenda, great work. Great leg speed, Brenda. Keep it up, JF. Well done, Big Nick, working that higher cadence. And now we're about to go down to 60 RPM. So your small ring, switch it up into the big ring, and go a few gears harder, and try to stay sitting. This is going to be pretty challenging. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go, guys. So 90%, 60 on the RPM. So really work on the full extension of the leg or getting your body weight down into the pedals to assist the force production. Another little trick that you guys could do is you can think about transferring the pressure. If a lot of the pressure is on the inside of your foot right now, you could transfer the pressure a little bit to the outside of the foot. If you push a little bit more from the outside of the foot, you recruit your muscles a little bit differently, and it might give you a little bit feeling of more power, more strength down into the pedals. Whereas when we go to the high cadence that's coming up, if you put the pressure to the inside of your foot, it often gives you like that feeling that you can spin your legs faster. So 10 more seconds like this, guys, grinding that low cadence, and then everyone's going to go into the small ring and a few gears easier to see if you can do 110 on the RPM. So 3, 2, 1. And here we go, guys. Small ring, easier gears, 110 on the RPM. If you want to give yourselves a little of an extra challenge here, try to go a bit over the 110, but trying to keep your watts under control. So that way you're challenging yourself to use your gears to get to that cadence. Good. Way to be, Mean Gene. Keep it up, Sting. Nice work, JF and Brenda. Great leg speed. Good work, Big Nick. Great leg pistoning. So JF, go 1 gear easier here for the last few seconds. Just get even a bit more cadence. Yeah, wow, good. Wow, way to be, JF. Keep that up. Nice work, Professor and Miss Piggy. Mean Gene. Very nice. Keep it up, Cyril. And we just got a few more seconds here, guys. 10 more seconds. And then after this, we got a 2.5 minute recovery. So let's keep going all the way to the end. So 3, 2, 1, and back it off, guys. Well done. Nice work. So definitely, especially the fact that some of you guys had an especially short warm-up. Definitely a challenging drill. So I think Sting is getting a fan delivered to her. And Cyril, interestingly, so I could see from your body language how fast you were pedaling. But your cadence definitely is much slower to adjust than all the other people's cadences for whatever reason.
It's really between my home trainer, my tax, and my computer. it's real time between you and me from France to Canada, but it's taking delay in the garage over here, in the garage.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you're getting a bit more of a delay, but hopefully, maybe you mentioned you had another power meter or something that you were going to try. Maybe that'll help reduce a bit of the cadence delays that you're getting.
I will try it. I show my pedals with a power meter inside, so I want to try that one next time.
Oh, amazing. That'll be great to see if it improves that cadence lag. Great. So well done, guys, on that.
Does anybody in the class has a Tacx home trainer?
Yeah, several have Tacx. Mean Gene has a Tacx, and Sting has one. I think Gail has one as well.
And it's working better?
Yeah, all of their cadences come in much, much quicker than yours.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. And also, one thing I will mention, anybody that's using a Tacx, right now Sting is getting no cadence at all, and we had that issue with another rider, and that rider updated the firmware that was on his Tacx. So Sting, you can ask one of your kids to do that for you. And then after that, the cadence issue went away. So that could be something maybe you can explore, Cyril. And Sting, you'll have to do it. Yeah. We could chat more about that after the class. Okay, guys. So now our next drill, it's 7 times 3 minutes at 95%. But each 3 minutes is going to be a little bit different. Our first 3 minutes that we're about to start, though, is a steady 95% watts. So we just did 10 minutes steady watts. So now we're going to do 3 minutes steady watts. So here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, and up to 95%. Now for this first 3 minutes, there's no cadence changes. There's no body position changes. There's no power changes. So it's just steady 3 minutes. So you guys could just ride it the whole 3 minutes if you want at the same body position, same cadence. Or you can break it up, mixing it up, maybe changing things every minute if you'd like. But make your focal point here to get to that 95% and see what it feels like. And emphasize the sensation of feeling. Because then on the next exercise that we're going to do, it's 3 minutes again. And it's going to average out to 95% again. But instead of doing it steady, we're going to be doing an over-under strategy, where you're going to be riding at 85% for a bit and 105% for a bit. And you guys can compare the difference in effort. So it'll be interesting to see which ones you guys find a little bit easier based on your riding style, but also based on your focus. Sometimes 3 minutes steady feels harder because there's nothing just to break it up. And just the fact that there's variations oftentimes helps make it feel more comfortable for riders. So Jeff and Brenda at 95% here. You guys are looking 8.25 on 10 effort roughly. And as we go, your level of effort at 95% is going to get progressively higher as you get fatigued. But right now at this point, I think that would be a good place for you guys to be in terms of your level of effort. So good work on the average powers. And we got the different cadence strategies. Gail doing a great job at a slightly higher cadence strategy. Cyril as well. And Miss Piggy and Mean Gene slightly lower on the cadences, and that's good, guys. Whatever works best for you. And keep it up, Big Nick. So 95%, if you guys think back to when you ride up Power Watts, sometimes we use the battery. When we use the battery starts to drain at 92%. So that means that we're starting to solicit a little bit more what's called your body's anaerobic system when we go over 92%. And that's what's happening here at 95%. So when you ride at 95%, it's not as near as difficult as riding at, say, 150% watts, but you're starting to use your anaerobic system just a little bit, slowly burning a match. So like 3 minutes at 95% is roughly equivalent to, say, burning one match. Some people say pushing hard on a bike for a short period of time is like burning a match in your matchbox. But you do burn matches at 95% as well. It just takes longer to really burn that full match. And like when you go to 100%, like 1 minute at 100% is kind of like burning a match as well. Okay, so we got a couple more seconds here at 95%. And then we're going to get a recovery period. All right. So now you guys got 1 minute to recover. I didn't mention that, but between all the 3-minute efforts that we're going to be doing here, there's always a 1-minute recovery period. So make sure you get some rest during the recovery period. But also, about 20 seconds or 15 seconds before the next exercise begins, start to build up a little bit of momentum so that you can get to the power target right away. So our next power target is 105%. So about 20-30 seconds before, start going to 60%, 70%, 80%, and then boom, you can jump right up to 105. So what we're going to do here, we're going to do 36 seconds at 105% and 36 seconds at 85%. And we're going to do this for a total of 3 minutes. So that's going to give us 3 segments at 105% and 2 segments at 85%. Okay, so get ready to try this out, guys. So let's go to 105%. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So again, it's a 3-minute effort. Average power right around 95%. It's actually a tiny bit higher than 95%. But in general, it's similar. But now things change every 36 seconds. So JF and Brenda and Big Nick put out a little bit more effort now. We're at 105%. And then we're going to go to 85%. So well done, guys. So staying up out of the saddle, that's great. Anybody can stand up whenever they want during these efforts. If you do stand up, usually it makes more sense to do so at the higher power. Okay, and now let's ease it down to 85%. Now it's not recovery, so just be especially attentive to the pressure underneath your feet and slowly bring that pressure down to go from 105 to 85. Practice not going below. Good, so really good transitions, guys. Good, so nice work, Gail. Well done, Miss Biggie and Professor. Good, keep it up, Mean Gene. Well done, Cyril and Sting. And Jeff and Brenda, we're about to go to the higher power output now, so bring the level of effort up a bit. So 3, 2, 1, and up to 105%. And Big Nick as well, increase that effort, go up to the 105% target on your screen. So good work, Big Nick. And so now, as you guys are riding, you can think back, to what it felt like riding steady 95%. How much harder is it now that you're at 105%? How much easier is it when you go to 85%? It's really important to become aware of these subtle differences in power output. 85, 95, 105. So 3, 2, 1, let's go down to 85%. Because keep in mind, so now that you're riding at 85%, if you had your battery on the screen, you're not draining your battery. So it's good to know that feel of a high power output that's not actually draining your battery. And then when we go to the 105% one more time, it is going to be draining the battery. So you want to become aware of the difference in sensation, the difference in effort internally. Okay, so get ready, guys. We got one more 36-second segment at 105%. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 105%, guys. Good way to be Jeff and Brenda up out of the saddle. Well done. Good. Keep it up, Big Nick. Nice and smooth. Well done, Miss Piggy and Professor. Great power output, Gail. Really dialed in on the power output here today. Super job, Cyril. I could see some of those toxins coming out of your forehead. Keep it up, Cyril. So we're almost there, guys. Couple more seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and back it off. So we got 1 minute of recovery. So quick question. Let's ask Mean Gene this one. Mean Gene, easier, harder, or about the same?
Easier.
A bit easier, so you enjoyed having the fluctuations in the pace.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And let's ask one more. Gail, easier, harder, about the same?
Same.
About the same. Okay, great. So I'm going to ask different people after the next one. I just wanted to take a moment to describe the next one to you guys. So now it's a steady 95%. But what's going to change is your body position and cadence every 30 seconds. So we're going to start 30 seconds standing, then 30 seconds 80 RPM sitting, and then 30 seconds 100 RPM sitting. And then we're going to repeat that process twice. So same steady power, but changing position. So everyone, get up out of the saddle. So 3, 2, 1, and 95%. So we're not standing to put out big watts here. We're just standing to hold a steady 95%. If you practice getting your body weight, transferring that weight left and right, you could do most of the work exclusively with your body weight here. Good way to be, JF and Brenda. Nice work, Gail. Good work, Cyril. Nice standing position, Big Nick. Fantastic. Now, when we sit down, you want to keep your power the same. Okay, so have a seat. Keep your power the same and go to about 80 on the RPM. So it might take a couple seconds for you to get to the RPM target and hold the 80 RPM. Good, well done, guys. So 10 more seconds like this, and then we go to the 100 RPM. So you can think back to some of the higher RPM skills we practiced in the first exercise. So 3, 2, 1, 95%, 100 on the RPM. So compact the body a little bit, pin those hips down to the saddle, and work the leg speed. So after this, we're going to repeat the same process again. Standing, then 80 RPM, then 100 RPM. So it's not rest after this, guys, but you do get to stand up. That'll really change the muscles that are working. So keep it up. So quick gearing adjustment. So adjust those gears, guys, and now up out of the saddle. So 30 seconds at 95%, standing up. Good, nice work, guys. Keep it up, Mean Gene. Work that knee drive, Mean Gene. Try to access posterior chain to help you out. Good work. Good, well done, Big Nick. Just be careful on some of the standing as well on that compact TT bike. Okay, guys, now sitting, 80 on the RPM, 80 on the RPM. So slightly lower than normal on the RPM. And then the final 30 seconds is going to be at 100 RPM. So try to solicit your muscles a little bit differently so you feel different parts of your leg doing the work here. Great efforts, guys. So now we got one more 30 seconds at 95%, 100 RPM. So here we go. Let's bring it up. And Jeff and Brenda really worked that cadence. Good. Sting, Mean Gene, well done. So keep it up, Cyril. Gail, great work on the cadence. Miss Piggy got the cadence. Big Nick, well executed here. So keep it up, guys. Oftentimes when there's cadence targets attached, drills start to feel harder because you can't settle into a rhythm. But we'll see how you guys felt about this one. All right, so back it off. So 1 minute of recovery. So, Miss Piggy, easier, harder, about the same?
About the same, but I think there's something wrong with my trainer because everything feels like very, very easy, like weirdly easy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's really weird.
Did you adjust the resistance setting at all after last class?
I tried to, the thing is, it said that I have to calibrate it, just like we do at Power Wax.
Ah.
When I do on the bike like 5-6 minutes before, then I calibrate it, but you have to calibrate with the Bluetooth. But you can only have one Bluetooth connected with the app.
Yeah.
That's how you
okay, so hold that thought, Miss Piggy. Okay, guys, so now the next one, every 20 seconds we're going to be changing power. We're going to do 20 seconds at 120, 20 seconds at 65%. Okay, so everyone get ready. Go to 120% now. You can do whatever tactics you want, so you got to give a strong push here at 120%. And then we go down to 65% in between. So you can see we're making the efforts a little bit more on the extremes now. 120%. And now we're about to go down to 65. So down to 65%. Good stuff, guys. So, and I'm just going to address Miss Piggy's situation while we're doing this, actually. So get ready to go back to 120%, guys. So 3, 2, 1, and go. So Miss Piggy, what you could do is close your Bluetooth connection to the app, then use your phone to calibrate your bike, and then reconnect to the app after you've closed your phone connection. That way you know that your watts are correct. Down to 65%, guys. So now the higher powers are obviously a lot more challenging, but is 20 seconds at 65% enough to give you a sense of recovery? That becomes the real question in terms of the difficulty of this one. So 3, 2, 1, and up to 120, guys. Here we go. Good. Way to be, Big Nick. Keep it up, Sting. Well done, Jeff and Brenda. Maybe a 9 out of 10 at this 120%. Keep it up, Mean Gene. Great work, Gail. Nice power output, Cyril. All right, guys, down to 65%. Okay, so we got 2 more 120% with 165% in between. Okay, so get ready to give a quick acceleration to get back up to the 120%. So here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, and you're up to 120%. So quick accelerations. You could choose to muscle it out if you want with the lower cadence. You could spin at the higher cadence. You could stand up. Good, well done, JF and Brenda and Sting all standing up. The professor standing up. Okay, so let's ease it down to 65%. And we got one more 20-second effort. So this 20-second effort is actually going to bring the overall average of this 3 minutes a smidge higher than 95%. Okay, so get ready, guys. Last 120. Make sure you accelerate it quick. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go, guys. Good, nice acceleration here. And let's hold on to those watts. Good way to be, Gail. Putting out some extra power. Super job, Gail. Miss Piggy, that's great. Way to be, Cyril, Mean Gene, Sting. Great efforts, guys. All right, and back it off so you get 1 minute to recover. So, Sting, what do you think? Easier, harder, about the same?
I like number 2.
You like number 2. So you preferred the
Yep.
85-105 to the 65-120.
And then, well, number 2 in this one.
Number 2 in this one. That's the one where we did the 85-105.
85 and then also the 65-120.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's your second favorite one? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Ah, perfect. Sometimes I don't understand, you know. I only understand baby language these days, you know. Well, okay, guys. So now, next one. We're going to be doing 25 seconds sitting, 20 seconds standing, steady 95%. Okay, so everyone start sitting here. So it's 25 seconds sitting at 95%, and then 20 seconds standing. And we're going to be alternating this for 3 minutes. And I'm sure some of you guys are going to be starting to feel a little bit more the endurance challenge here as we accumulate more and more of these 3-minute reps. So when you hear the beep here, when it's time to transition, we stand. All you guys got to do now is stand up. So let's stand up to 95%. So keep the power output the same. Practice as you transition to standing. Maybe the watts might go in the red for a second. That's great. But we definitely don't want it to go down into the blue. So good riding, guys. Now keep the steady power as you sit down. Ease your hips down to the saddle. Keep that foot pressure. And hold 95%. And keep it up, JF. Yeah, just keep that good pressure into the pedals. Well done, Brenda. Way to be, guys. Keep it up, Big Nick. Good, Cyril, Mean Gene, Sting. Good power output, guys. All right, so get ready. Standing up. So give it your best shot, Mean Gene. See if you can access your posterior chain when you guys are standing up. Good, nice work, Gail. Nice steady body position as you're standing. That's fantastic. And now everyone stare at your power as you sit down. Let's hold it to that 95%. Excellent. So now you guys have a bit of experience with this. So on the next standing, the focal point, as you guys get up out of the saddle, make sure your foot is at the 2 to 3 o'clock position so you get your strength and your weight into the pedals right away. So let's practice that transition. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Standing up with your foot at 2 to 3 o'clock. Excellent. Keep it up, Mean Gene. And as you guys sit down, you want to do the same thing. As your hips touch the saddle, you want to push down on the pedal at the 2 to 3 o'clock position so you don't lose any power. So 3, 2, 1. Sit and push. Okay, keep it up. And after this, we have one more standing segment. Okay, so 10 seconds, guys. One more standing segment. And practice that good quality transition with your foot in the 2 to 3 o'clock position. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Standing up. Great way to be, guys. So a couple more seconds like this, then you get a little bit of a recovery. All right, and you can recoup. So great efforts, guys. So that one, steady power but variable position. So Jeff and Brenda, how are you guys doing with this workout? Good? Big Nick, how about you? How was that standing portion?
That was fine. It was just, it's harder to control the watts.
The watt, I imagine your watts go up a lot when you stand up?
It's a 190 watt difference between high and low.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely it's a skill to learn how to stand without spiking the power too much. Okay, guys, so our next drill, we're going to be alternating 135% and 50%. Every 12 seconds it changes. So get ready to go up to 135% in 3, 2, 1, and here we go, guys. Kick it up. So this is a real rapid fire 3 minutes with things changing every 12 seconds. The key element is to focus on the acceleration, deceleration. Okay, so let's ease it down. So when you guys do the acceleration, make sure you try to overshoot to 135 for the first few seconds. So 3, 2, 1. So quick acceleration, and here we go. And if your power output's not exact, if it's a bit too high, it's a bit too low, not a big deal. It's just that quick acceleration that we're looking for. Okay, and so now let's ease it down. Good, well done, guys. Okay, so get ready for another quick acceleration to 135. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go again. And hopefully everyone's getting a bit of a feel for the level of acceleration that's required. Numbers are looking good over here. All right, so back it down. And now on the next one, try a different tactic. Okay, if you've been doing them all standing, try one sitting. And if you've been doing them sitting, try one standing. So 3, 2, 1, and go for it, guys. Try a different tactic. And even you could just change your standing position too. If you're doing them all standing, you could stand hood, stand on the drops. All right, and back it off. Okay, so again, on the next one, try a slightly different tactic. And then on the last 3, we'll do it whatever works best. So 3, 2, 1, and kick it up, guys. Try something different. Try to access different muscles, different style of acceleration. Way to be, Brenda. Great effort. Super job, JF. Nice work, Big Nick. All right, so let's ease it down. 50%. And so now we got 3 left. Use whatever tactic works best. So 3, 2, 1, and go. And definitely some of you guys are standing. Some of you guys are sitting. We got lots of different strategies here. Great control, Gail. Way to be. Sarah, keep that up. Great effort. Mean Gene, way to be. Working with the cadence. Okay, so let's back it down. So we got 2 more accelerations. So let's see a quick pop coming up here. So 3, 2, 1, and shoot those watts up quick. Here we go, guys. Great accelerations. Way to be, JF. Great position. Great focus. Keep that up. All right, so let's ease it down. And we got 1 more acceleration. I want everyone to put a little bit more oomph into the first 5 seconds of the acceleration. So 3, 2, 1, and drive into those pedals. Go, go, go. Way to be, Gail. Great acceleration. Super job. Sarah, great acceleration. Sting, Mean Gene, well done, guys. All right, so ease it down. So JF and Brenda, well done. Big Nick, way to be. So that one, definitely a lot more challenging with that greater amount of variability. Although the average watts ends up being about the same, the large amount of variability between those reps and the need to reaccelerate definitely increases the challenge. All right, guys, so now we're already to our last effort of the workout. So we're going to be doing 3 minutes at 95%. And the 3 minutes is steady power, and it's choice body position, choice cadence. So there's nothing to break up the 3 minutes. You might choose to do the 3 minutes super steady, or you might break it into 30-second chunks or 1 minute chunks. But this is the last effort of the day, guys. So start at 95%, and if you feel good in the second half, bring that level of effort up. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. This is we're already at our 7th 3-minute effort. And now you could think back to all the different tactics and strategies that we used. You might choose to ride it steady. You might choose to vary the power a little bit. You might choose to vary the cadence a little bit. And if you got some extra juice in the second half of this drill, you could bring that level of effort up. So great starts across the board here. Good power outputs. Gail, way to be already above that target. Super job, Gail. If you're feeling good, just keep building on it. So Miss Piggy, I could see your power output again. So Sarah, well done. 97%. Mean Gene, 103%. Sting, 101%. So good work, guys. Everyone's showing a really good amount of endurance here, being over the 95% already. So good work, Big Nick. So just keep working it. And one of the things I want you guys to do, if you're feeling good, if you're already a little bit over 95%, don't just wait till the last 30 seconds to give a big surge here. Try to distribute that effort over, say, the entire last minute and a half or so. So if you're feeling okay, slowly, think about ramping it up. Increase that power a bit. Increase that cadence a bit. Or go into that harder gear. And just over the next little bit, increase the power more and more and more and more and more. Great stuff, guys. Great focus. Boy, Gail, you're nailing this one here today. Keep this up, Gail. So nice work. So we got Mean Gene over 100%. Sting over 100%. Cyril, you're at 100%. Miss Piggy at 96%. Keep ramping it up, Big Nick. Keep building it up. Okay, Jeff and Brenda, we got 1 minute to go, guys. Brenda, way to use your cadence. That's fantastic. What great cadence practice. Good. Keep it up, JF. Keep working that level of effort, guys. Ramping it up, building it, building it, building it. Sarah looking for a strong finish. Gail, way to be. Great cadence, great power output sitting here, Gail. That's great practice. So we got 30 seconds to go, guys. Yeah, there you go, JF. Keep pushing into those pedals. Keep driving into it. Okay, now everyone, whatever gear you're in, just pedal faster in the gear you're in for the next 15 seconds. Just keep increasing that cadence to bring it home strong. Everybody's well over the 95%. Wow, Gail, what a finish. Sarah, what a finish. Mean Gene and Sting, both you had almost 110%, and that's it, guys. Well done. And Miss Piggy, I don't know if you can hear me, but I have you at 99%, or 100%, so way to be, Miss Piggy. Wow, so fantastic finish, guys. So Jeff and Brenda, way to be, guys, to build it up on that final 3 minutes. Big Nick, great effort. You're showing great composure throughout there. Well done, not showing too much of the discomfort on your face. So super job, guys. So great last 3 minute effort. So wow, Gail, what came over you in that last 3 minutes? You were strong.
The whole build up to it was really good, and I had lots of different things to draw on, try to just keep on increasing.
Wow, that was fantastic, Gail. I think your outdoor ride's going to go pretty well tomorrow.
Good coaching.
Yeah. the one piece of advice on your first outdoor ride of the year is just be careful when you get to that first uphill, not to go too hard on that first uphill of the year, because sometimes with the excitement you go a little bit too hard too early. But based on what you did today, you showed great control and great pacing. So super job, Gail. I'm excited for your first outdoor ride. So well done. And so, Cyril, how did you find the workout today after your big night last night?
I think I eliminated quite a lot of toxins.
Oh, yeah.
Good job. No, it was a tough one. I switched off the Wi-Fi of my PC, and then the cadence was much more actualized.
Okay.
So that's a good advice, I think, yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. You mentioned that, I think, to me before, that the Wi-Fi interfered with your cadence a bit. So that could be something I mentioned to others as well if we have issues.
Good.
But way to
That was a
finish,
good-
Cyril. 105% on that last one. What a fantastic effort.
Good. I'm back to us. Good.
And JF and Brenda, how'd you find that session today?
You hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Who's good?
The 12-second interval that makes the 3 minutes way shorter.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're so focused on the moment that the time just goes by so fast.
I found the 85-120 that we did at one point. I found that one the hardest.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was number 2.
Yeah, that one was number 2. So yeah, if you found that one the most challenging, it might have to do with your body takes time to kind of wind up into things, but also you may have been going probably a little bit too hard because it was 85-105, so maybe you were going higher than the 105, so it made the drill harder than usual because it's tricky when you don't have your gauge to help refine that power output. But definitely the effort was there, so the fitness will be built. So way to be, guys. So if you guys are going to be going to do yard work, if you want the time to pass quicker, you can, do 12 seconds on, 12 seconds off, and see how much yard work you get done using that strategy. So way to be, guys.
Thanks, Mark.
So Sting, how did you find the workout today?
I found the first 5-minute block the hardest.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the little snafu we had at the beginning there, you didn't get much of a warm-up at all.
I guess that goes against my idea that I don't need a warm-up. I like to come late,
Yeah, so if you're gonna ride maybe at 70% watts, you don't need a warm up. But when you bump it up to 95, 100, 105%, a bit of a warm up's usually a helpful thing. Especially with that cold water swim you did the other day. You're probably still warming up just after your cold water swim.
I'm still dead.
What was the water temperature that day?
It was cold.
Cold.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure your son was so happy that you went swimming with him, so he had a swim buddy.
Oh, he was happy. He dragged me far.
Well, way to be, Sting. So, Mean Gene, how'd you find the workout today?
I like number 4 and number 7, and the one where we had to stand just killed me.
Yeah, just
Brutal.
quad pain in the quads when you were standing.
Yeah, just my legs, my whole body was saying, "Don't do it, don't stand, don't do it."
Oh boy. Any pain in the knees, or was it just more in the quads?
Yeah, just the quads.
Just the quads?
Yeah.
Continued work in progress, that standing, Mean Gene. Standing's definitely not for everybody, but we'll keep working on it.
All right.
And Big Nick, how'd you find the workout today?
It was good. It's just the last set of for me, it was 440 high, 165 low, and I couldn't get down to 165 in 20 seconds.
So you just stayed at a slightly higher power?
220 is about my cruising.
Okay.
So it worked. It was good. I like those workouts. I like endurance riding, so it was kind of my sweet spot.
Oh, great. And you did a great job, Big Nick, especially there was quite a bit of variability in the session, and you look like you responded to that variability quite well. So
Thanks, Mark.
what I'll
Great
just do is
session.
I'll just thank everybody for watching on Facebook. So thanks you guys for participating in the workout via Facebook. We'll be back again on Wednesday at 12 noon for those of you that want to join in on the next one. So take care to everybody on Facebook and have a great rest of the weekend.